Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in freezing cold Ontario. We're back home for Christmas, and that led me to be driving the S10 for the last couple days, which kind of inspired me to make another video about the old S10 because it's a great truck. And before I get started on that video today, I just wanted to thank everybody who watched Tuesday's video and commented and left your ideas and shared your thoughts with me, because that really does help. And a lot of you were kind of on the same page as me, and you guys were just like, look, Robbie, this is your channel, you do what you want, we're here to watch, we like what you do, we'll watch car stuff, travel stuff, even if it's travel stuff, and we prefer cars, just put some car stuff in there. And I appreciate everybody's input, so to everybody that commented and shared your thoughts with me, thank you very much for that. I actually appreciate that. And I apologize if the setup is a little bit bunk, if it starts to get a little wobbly. I didn't bring home all my stuff, all my GoPro camera gear, so I'm using my actual camera instead of my GoPro, which I usually just suction cup right to the roof. So what the hell is making this noise? So today we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of owning a mini truck. And this is not just for the S10, this is for any sort of mini truck that is a legit mini truck. The new 2017 Colorados, for example, are not a mini truck. They're a few inches from a full-size truck. So those aren't really included in this video, although some of these things may apply to it. But I'm talking like old school, legit mini trucks. So let's fire this video up with a pro of owning a mini truck. And I think this one is probably the biggest pro. This is like the pro of owning a mini truck. They are so unbelievably versatile. Like, you can get a mini truck, you can lift it, and it looks okay. You can slam it, and it looks okay. You can put it on hydraulics, and you know what? It looks okay. Whereas if you buy like a full-size pickup truck, I'm not judging anybody's taste here, but when you buy a full-size pickup truck, it is not a thing that most people do to lower them. Most people, you know, raise a full-size truck. But when you get a mini truck, you can literally jack it right up, slam it right down, bags, hydraulics, whatever you do, and it looks awesome. It just suits, there's a personality for these trucks with every different kind of mod. And it's so cool to see like a mini truck car show, for example, and just see the amount of different things that people do to these trucks. It's just so unreal. And number two on the pros list is that this is still a truck. So yeah, it may be small, and it may not be able to fit everything you want in the back, and it may not be able to tow as much as a full-size truck, but it is still a truck. So for example, I go camping and I take this because it's got just enough room for everything me and Courtney need, and it's a great little unit to take camping or to bring home something or to take something to the dump or whatever you need. If you need like a truck, not for the purpose of like working and having big things in it, but if you just need like a truck once in a while, this is 100% the way to go. I put my ATV back there, it fits perfectly. I know it's not the full benefits, but you guys know what I mean. You still have a truck, which is awesome. Let's hit it off with a con now. So I think one of the cons to this is that it's not a real truck to a lot of people. And that being for the reasons I just said. It's just not a full size, right? Doesn't have a V8. So people are like, oh, you know, it's not a V8. Not a real truck. It's not, you know, maybe not 4x4 because lots of these guys weren't 4x4. It's not a real truck. Or it's just the size and the wittiness and all the people that have huge and drive around big jacked up trucks look at this and they make fun of you because they're like, you know what, that's not a real truck. But that's probably the biggest con, is that people are going to look at you and just be like, hey, that's not a real truck. And if you drive down and say, hey, yeah, that's my mini truck, it's one thing. But if you're like, yeah, I drive a truck, and then you show them this, probably going to end with I guess the second con that I had written down here that goes exactly with that one is that it straight up just can't haul as much, doesn't have as much payload, and that's just a fact. You just have to know that when you get into it. Basically, a con would be that, you know, it doesn't have a full-size engine. You can put one in here, no problem. 350s drop right into this truck, but out of the box, this truck doesn't have a big engine. It can't tow very much, and it doesn't have a huge payload. Once you start to load up the back, it starts to sag a little bit, but if you buy a mini truck, you can't be really buying it too expected to do those things anyways. So it is a con, but it's like, we'll slide back in with another pro. And I think a really cool pro is that these trucks are way better on gas, way better. And that just comes right down to the fact that they're smaller, lighter, smaller engine. It all just adds up for you right there. And yes, you may look at it and go, wow, you know, even like a Ford Ranger, people are like, dude, the Ford Rangers are pigs on gas. And yeah, they are, but compared to a full-size truck, it's nothing. It's really not that bad. I'm really sorry if I'm shaking a lot. This is a horrible road. A con for these trucks, and this is a big one because I have a lot of apparently tall friends. It's hard to fit in these trucks because they have small cabins, and that's just a fact of life. Any older mini truck, wasn't really built for tall people. And I'm like 5, I don't know how tall I am. I have a couple friends who come in here and they aren't much taller than me, but they sit down and they're like crammed into the truck and they just don't fit. And I've had people that I work with that come out and look at it but just will not get in it because they don't fit. And that is kind of a con. One, if you're gonna go be picking someone up or hanging out with someone, or you just have tall friends, they might not be able to drive around with you. And two, if you're into the whole mini truck thing, you're gonna have to cut the seat rails and do a bunch of shit just so you can drive these trucks around. And back to the pros, a big pro, it has a way better aftermarket than a lot of vehicles, like a lot of vehicles, and in the trucks especially. It has a better aftermarket than any full-size pickup truck, and that's amazing, really, because like I said, the first one, it's so versatile, and people lift them, people slam them, people bag them, people put hydraulics, people do this and that, and people do so many crazy things with these trucks because they're cheap, easy to get, they're easy to work on, they're simple, basic, and they're open to so many mods. You can put so many engines in this thing and do so many different things to these trucks without really a big hassle, and that's one of the coolest things, and it makes the aftermarket so big for these because people do so many different things to these trucks that anything you really can dream of, there's definitely something out there in the aftermarket world for you. And I think my last pro is going to be just the respect that these trucks can bring. Like, even if you're not a mini truck guy, like for instance, Chris, you're not a mini truck guy, man. It's just not you. But he sees this truck and he freaked out. He was like, that is the coolest thing. Like, I wish. He's like, if I could get a mini truck for $200, I would totally get a mini truck for $200. Like, when he sees how much I can do with this, put the ATV in the back and all the stuff I can do, it's just like, why would I not want to get one of those trucks? Like, those are so cool. And then the people that do love these trucks passionately love these trucks. Like, I'm not going to say I'm a mini truck kind of diehard guy, but the people that are, they will drool all over these things. Like, it's a really cool thing, and you don't experience it a lot because a lot of cars are very common, and it's one of those things where if you know what I'm talking about, then you know, and if you don't know, then you definitely have to experience it for yourself to really understand. Anyways, we are on the highway now, and it is loud in here. That's a con. I'm probably gonna let you guys go now just so that you guys don't spend the rest of the video not being able to hear me. We are back home for Christmas now, so we're spending a lot of time with family and stuff because once we go back to Vancouver, we don't know when we're coming home next, so we're going to spend a lot of time with family now while we can. So I'm sure you guys will understand if the videos get a little bit blotchy here and there, and you guys don't see me for a couple days, but I know you guys understand that. Be sure to subscribe if you are not already and you have watched this far in the video. I appreciate all you guys commenting on the video the other day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Be sure to click one of these videos that pops up next if you have not already watched it. I will catch you next time. Peace out.